I am 28, and 4 months ago, I cheated on my 30-year-old boyfriend, my partner of 5 years. It happened at a time when my life seemed perfect. Our relationship is stronger than ever now, but I spend all day feeling terrible, and I don't understand why. My boyfriend doesn't know, and we are genuinely happy, but I can't seem to shake the guilt. 4 months ago, I had a moment where everything felt off. I got cold feet about our relationship. It was a rough day. I found myself thinking about our financial struggles, and it got to me how he still hasn't managed to save up for a wedding when all my friends are getting married, having beautiful weddings. I thought about all the little annoyances we faced, every minor inconvenience, and it all just felt so overwhelming. It wasn't rational. It was like I couldn't control my thoughts, and I let them spiral into something much bigger than they actually were. That day, I did something I never imagined I'd do. My judgment was clouded, and my thoughts were all over the place. I don't know what got into me, but I ended up reaching out to an ex of mine, someone who I knew still had feelings for me and who would jump at the chance to get in bed with me. We hooked up the next night, and it was terrible. Becoming a husband and a father had toned him down in the sack. There was nothing good about it, no excitement, no feeling of satisfaction, just emptiness. The next morning, the guilt hit me in full force. All the feelings that I should have felt before I cheated suddenly poured in. The regret, the pain, the fear that I'd thrown away everything good in my life. I broke down in tears, and my ex just looked at me and scoffed. He didn't care, and that uncaring nature just made it all worse. I had never felt so low or so slighted by someone else. I spent the entire day after debating whether or not I should tell my boyfriend. I kept thinking about how he was trying so hard to save money so that we could eventually get married, how we were making plans for our future together. I couldn't bear the thought of destroying all of that. I was terrified that if he knew, he would pull back, that everything we'd built together would fall apart. In the end, I decided not to tell him. I convinced myself that telling him would do more harm than good, that I could somehow live with this guilt as long as it meant sparing him the pain. My ex swore to keep it a secret, since the gravity of his actions are bigger than mine anyway. But here I am, 4 months later, and I feel like I'm going crazy. Every day I feel this heaviness in my chest, this constant reminder of what I did. I look at my boyfriend, and I see how much he loves me, how hard he works for our wedding, and it breaks my heart. I hate myself for betraying him, and I hate that I can't seem to let it go. He deserves so much better, and I don't know if I can ever forgive myself for what I did. I keep going back and forth in my head. Should I tell him? Should I come clean and let him decide what he wants to do? Or should I keep it to myself and try to be the best partner I can be moving forward? Update: struggled to eat for a week. I lost so much weight, I felt constantly sick, and food was the last thing on my mind. For a while, my life was just waking up and not leaving my bed all day, constantly checking up on my ex, making sure they weren't ratting me out. After 3 months of this, however, I was finally convinced that I was safe. I thought maybe the worst was behind me, but I made another mistake, a terrible, stupid mistake. I reconnected with my ex on 2 more occasions. I don't know what I was thinking. Maybe I thought I could control it, that I could keep it a secret forever. It was a trail of sex that ultimately led to my boyfriend discovering everything. He found the messages, and that was it. He left. He didn't even argue with me. He just left, and we've had minimal contact since then. I think that was the hardest part, how quickly he walked away. I had prepared myself for a fight, but there was nothing, just silence. For a while, it was hard for me to believe that I had really hurt him. I told myself that maybe he wasn't as affected as I thought he would be, and even now, I'm still not completely sure. This isn't based on any actual facts. Maybe it's just me projecting how I think I would feel if I were in his shoes. He seems to be doing just fine without me, though. Absolutely fine. He posts on Facebook, looking happy, looking healthy, as if my actions meant nothing to him. He seems to be thriving without me. Part of me is relieved because I don't want him to suffer, but another part of me, the selfish, desperate part, wishes he would show even a little bit of pain. It's like I want proof that what we had mattered to him as much as it mattered to me. When he left, he told me that our relationship had run its course. Those words hurt more than I can put into words. I felt like he was erasing everything we had built together, like it all meant nothing to him. The time we spent together, whatever it might have been to him, felt amazing and surreal to me. It was a time free of worries or regrets, just the two of us living in the present, enjoying each other's company. I missed that more than anything. When I tried to tell him how I felt, he just looked at me and said, "It sure as hell didn't stop you from wandering, did it?" Which was such a cold thing to say, but he wasn't wrong, and that's what makes it hurt even more. Now I work all day. I keep myself as busy as I can, filling my schedule to the brim so I don't have time to think. But as soon as I'm alone, it's like the weight of everything I've done crashes down on me. It feels like I'm being crushed under the weight of my actions. I keep falling into the same thought loops, replaying every single encounter with my ex over and over. It's grueling, it's torturous, and it feels so hopeless. I don't know how to escape it, and the thought that I have betrayed the person who treated me the best, the one person who I can truly see myself building a future with, is unbearable. It feels like my life is over, like there's nothing left for me. I don't know how to move forward from this. I had big dreams once, dreams of a future where we were happy, where we built a life together. Now they're all gone. I wish I could go back in time and undo everything, but I can't, and I have to live with that. I don't think I ever understood what regret really felt like until now. It's a kind of emptiness that swallows everything else. Every good memory, every moment of happiness. I try to tell myself that maybe one day I'll move past this, that I'll find a way to forgive myself. But right now, it feels impossible. I hurt the person I loved most, and that's something that I'll have to carry with me for the rest of my life. People say that time heals all wounds, but I don't know if that's true. I don't know if this is something that time can fix. Maybe one day the pain will dull, and I'll be able to think about him without feeling like I'm being ripped apart from the inside. But even then, I don't think I'll ever be able to forget what I did or forgive myself for it. I had something beautiful, and I destroyed it. I made choices that I can't take back. I see couples on the street, and I feel this ache in my chest, this longing for what I used to have. I've tried to distract myself, to focus on work, on hobbies, on anything that might take my mind off of him, but nothing seems to work. No matter what I do, he's always there, in the back of my mind, a constant reminder of what I threw away. I wish I could say that I've learned from this, that I've grown and become a better person, but I don't know if that's true. I fear if given the chance, I'll make the same choices over and over again. That I'll hook up with my ex, regardless of how fulfilling my life is with another partner. That's really what fears me the most at the moment. Now, for some comments, hey, I just wanted to say that you're incredibly brave for sharing your story. I can tell how much pain you're in, and I hope you know that everyone makes mistakes, some bigger than others, but that doesn't mean you're beyond redemption. I hope you can find a way to forgive yourself someday. I can feel the deep sadness and regret in your words, and I'm so sorry you're going through this. Please remember that you are still a person deserving of love, kindness, and growth. I hope you can find some peace, whether it's with therapy or through supportive friends. Healing takes time, but you deserve it. Hey, I've been where you are, and I know how much it sucks to be living with this kind of regret. I also cheated in my relationship, and the guilt was overwhelming. It was like I couldn't even breathe sometimes. I wish I could tell you there's an easy fix, but there isn't. What I can say is that the journey to forgiving yourself is long, but it's worth it. Mistakes don't define who we are forever, as long as we're willing to learn from them. You're not alone in this, and you can come out the other side stronger.